Hi, my name is Cameron, and this is Jade and Brandon. Today we'll be talking about wind as a renewable energy source, alternative energy source. Wind power is cheap in the long run and helps us have a clean environment. Wind turbines are used to take wind kinetic energy and transform it into electrical energy.
Wind power, according to Wikipedia's definition, is the conversion of energy into a useful form of energy, such as using wind turbines to produce electrical power, windmills for mechanical power, or wind pumps for pumping or drainage, or sails to ships. Wind power, when I think of wind power, I think of a lot of money. Truth be told, wind power is one of the oldest and cheapest energy sources on planet Earth because it does not take any sort of gas. Typically, to install windmills, it takes around $1.3 million. Wind power is reliable, especially at the coast where the ocean is in our backyard. As long as the sun is around, we will have one. Wind speed is never constant, so we can store the energy temporarily for when the winds are blowing strong. The hydroelectric plants can store energy for not such a windy, energy-providing day. So the public opinion, places like the valley, not really the coast, they didn't really like the idea, but at the coast and most of Oregon said that we should have it, and Germany is currently using it because 90% of their people said that they should.
Wind is a form of solar energy. Wind energy or wind power is used to generate mechanical power or electricity. Wind turbines convert the kinetic energy in the wind to mechanical power. The wind turns the blades, which spins a shaft that connects to a generator and makes electricity.
Is that it?
Yes.
Conclusion.
So our presentation is on wind power. It is a renewable energy source, and we believe that it will be a very good energy source for Lincoln City. So, why wind power works. Wind power would work. Wind power would work in Lincoln City because of northern drafts from change of high pressure to low pressure change in the air along the northwest. It's very eco-friendly with no pollutions and no byproducts. It's the best thing for this area because of the landscape and build of the turbines.
How these wind turbines work, by using their propellers, they create when the wind propellers turn, they crank a rotor which turns a generator which creates the electricity. These turbines, even when there's no wind, we can install solar panels on the top of them, so they are constantly collecting energy anyway. And even if it is cloudy, they can also store energy within batteries for on-demand use all day, every day.
So the look of them is, they look kind of interesting. You can make them kind of look like art, so they don't look ugly and just look like they stand out. People are trying to integrate them into their backyards or into their homes to start to create energy for themselves. And if they create enough energy, then they can start using that energy for power companies, and the power companies can start to pay them back for their extra energy to use for other people. So, are they environmentally friendly? Yes. There's no exhaust, and they're much cleaner than fossil fuels because you don't need to burn anything to make them like do something. There's no pollution or byproduct that comes up with this, and they're never ending, so you can never really run out of wind, and it'd be a huge economy boost when people start producing energy for themselves and provide energy for the people with their extra energy that they don't really need at that point.
Yeah. Why this would work for Lincoln City is that we have a lot of wind, and if we put these out in the ocean, they actually make those where we can actually install them off coast, and they can also be connected to tidal turbines, which can be turned by the tides, and that way we are also making double our energy.
And contrary to popular belief, July, even though summer months seem to be warmer and less windy, there's actually more wind average in July and June than any other month. So it's a year-round kind of thing. And that's it.
Yay!
I'm Ashley Belmore, this is Naomi Reedy and Alyssa Tanksley. We're 8th graders in Mr. Rasmussen's integrated science class, and we did our alternative energy source on wind.
So wind energy is a conversion of wind into a used form of energy. This is like a sailboat sail, or wind pumps, or turbines.
So wind is collected through wind turbines, and they are mounted on a tower to collect the wind. The wind energy turns a rotor. This mechanical energy is then converted through electricity through a generator.
So there are disadvantages and advantages to wind energy. Some days are windier than others, so some days we might get more, some days we might get less, so it's not really constant all the time. Advantages is it's a lot cheaper than, it's free, so it's cheaper than fossil fuels, and we'll run out of fossil fuels. We won't run out of wind. The wind turbines are kind of noisy, so some people might not like that, but it's more helpful than fossil fuels.
It's best suited for the coast because there's wind everywhere, like it's really windy here. And also you can use net metering, which is where when you don't use all of the energy that's provided, the company pays you for it. They like reuse the net metering. And turbines are basically everywhere. They can be put anywhere on the Oregon coast to get wind. So
We can get the wind energy through individual homes instead of like a big plant in one area, in individual homes in their yards. It's just going to be easier, cheaper, so then they're cycling through their own electricity. We need an incentive for people who want to have energy. That's where you come in. We're not sure, maybe taxes, we're not really sure yet. Maybe taking away taxes to make people want it, or adding taxes is right there.
Okay, it matters because the fossil fuels will run out soon, and the wind will never stop blowing. So it's a renewable energy source, and it's a lot cheaper.
So our summary is we learned a lot. We learned what it is, how it's collected, the advantages, disadvantages, why it's the best, how to get it, why it matters, and we love Mr. Rasmussen. So, thank you.
Well, that was a conclusion.